Vegan teacher gonna get canceled. She's a nasty cucumber cunt.
Well guys, today is not going to be a good one. There have been a few moments where I've had to make a video like this, and it's always disheartening to learn that a person that I thought was just making goofy videos is actually a true crazy person. It's never a good day. Every now and then, a person who we've covered multiple times on this channel will do something that shows their true nature. And once that true nature is shown, it's really hard to take it back. And once you...
Vegan teacher, you are a nasty cucumber cunt. You give vegans a bad name and you should seek mental help immediately. I think the lack of meat in your body has caused you to go mentally insane. Keep in mind that the vegan teacher was a regular eater for the first 54 years of her life. Then she watched some fucked up vegan documentary, and now she's an extremist vegan who's quoted for saying things like eating bacon is like the Holocaust. Knowing that Jewish people cannot eat pork, it's not kosher, and she's comparing eating bacon to the Holocaust to the Jewish people. I mean, this chick is legitimately insane, I think. After watching this video that August the Duck covered, I'm like, nope, that just reestablished my hatred for her. I think she needs just some psychological help. That's what I think. Some good head meds, or maybe a quiet mattress room with the straight jackets. You know what I'm saying? Like, this bitch is a cucumber cunt, and that's a term that I call her, and vegan booty, because vegan booty and the vegan teacher are vegan extremist activists, and they've done some pretty horrendous shit. Like, you know, vegan booty storming into a Louis Vuitton and nothing but a thong, covered in her own period blood. It basically covered her nips and shit, and people are looking at her like, what the fuck is she doing? Is she starting a gore porn site on her OnlyFans page while she fucks herself with a cucumber? Get bent. Oh yeah, so vegan booty also was with her boyfriend at the beach where she lives down in Australia and started harassing a kid's birthday party because they had a horse dressed up like a unicorn, and they had that horse for a kid's birthday party. And when you see the horse, it's in the shade, it's got plenty of food, plenty of water, and this bitch just walks up and starts belittling the parents for abusing animals. And I'm like, what the fuck? What kills me about vegans is they're so self-righteous. They are. The extremist ones are, at least. Most vegans would be like, hey, eat what you want to eat, just don't be a cannibal and don't be a dick about it. That's pretty, straightforward. You know, vegans miss meat, otherwise they wouldn't try to copy it. Right now I'm sipping on a C4 peach mango energy drink because it is a little too early in the day to be drinking and sipping. I did filter my Skittles wine, and I had like 2 glasses of it last night. It's not half bad. It's overtly sweet. Although, will it get you drunk? That I do not know, but I do not care about that right now. I'm so visibly disturbed by the crap that vegan teacher said. And here's the thing of it. Do I like mongooses? No, but if mongooses did not eat cobras, the cobra population would overpopulate and die out. And it's sort of the same process for eating bacon cheeseburgers. Plus, cow farts are bad for the environment, so... And here's the thing of it. vegan teacher is a gross cunt for saying this crap. It couldn't have been that bad. I mean, it's vegan teacher. Of course it was that bad. The same bitch who tried comparing the Holocaust to eating meat. Now, sometimes the animals are not given the best life when they're being processed for their food, but it's survival of the fittest. And you want to call me a speciesist? Humans did not survive to 2024 to overpopulate the world by just eating vegetables and rabbit food, essentially. So what you're doing is you're going to starve the rabbits, and then instead of just eat the rabbit because you're basically taking its food and starving it to death, and then you want to wag your finger at us carnivores because meat is murder, according to these assholes. Would you like some hummus to go with your hypocrisy? Meanwhile, there are a lot of celebrities who are vegan, like Billie Eilish, and she's looking at this going, nope, nope. But I'm the bad guy for saying it. And she's not the only one. There's a lot of vegans who despise vegan teacher because she is the worst. Her and vegan booty are just vile people. Vegan booty will go into restaurants like Kentucky Fried Chicken and dump buckets of fake blood all over the place, playing the sounds of animals being tortured. And it's like, you know, some poor autistic asshole's gonna have to clean it up, clean the lobby. Like, oh great, we're gonna be in for a bloody good day at work. No. Could you imagine, though, if somebody went up to vegan booty and, like, legitimately splooged in a bucket, had a good couple of wanks, and then dyed it green, and then splashed it on her face and said, "This is for all the plants you've murdered, you self-righteous hypocrites." She'd probably lose her shit. She'd probably be grossed out. She'd be like, what the fuck? Right? Too far, maybe. But when you see her do this crap, you're just like, what? Like, these people are fucking insane is what I'm getting at. When you watch vegan booty pouring fake blood all over an establishment that's just trying to get through their day like the rest of us. Like, you want to eat plants, good for you, but you're not Jesus Christ because of it. You know, like, fuck off. And that is the problem with extremes in any particular subject, whether it be pride. Excuse me, sorry. I had a sneeze there. It was. The Blair White going to the Texas Pride event video was painful to watch. I don't even want to get into that meat and potatoes of that. That was just no. No. And then you hear the vegan teacher say crap like this, and it's just like, dude, it's so visibly fucked up. Like, it's just, ugh, dude. And as soon as I get my phone back, I'll be able to do cameos, but that's not the point. If any of the cameos that were given to me have expired prior to me getting the phone, I can always offer up a free cameo for your time and consideration, but that's beside the point. Now, segue, because I fucking hate sickos, and the vegan teacher said some fucking sicko type shit to try and justify her obsession with her diet. Like, Jesus fucking Christ. Isaac Butterfield will say it best. Fuck you to the moon, vegan teacher, you disgusting slag. Mingy little fucking cunt.
Seen it, it sort of forces you to rethink all of the other things you've seen that person say or do in the past. Unfortunately for us, we have seen that vegan teacher say and do a lot of things, but nothing quite like what we're going to see today. Earlier today, I came across a video from that vegan teacher titled something like, "I don't want to be that vegan teacher anymore." I clicked on it because the title caught my interest, and what I saw was a relatively heartfelt video. It was a very calm, normal video by that vegan teacher's standards, and it was her just kind of talking about how she doesn't want to be seen as that crazy old lady anymore, and how she would
But then she goes on to say, what?
to live sort of a normal life. I was like, you know what? People deserve a second chance. Maybe that's something she should work towards, and maybe that's something the people of the internet should allow. So I went to her channel to see if she was actually trying to make a difference in the way she portrays herself on the internet. And I clicked on one of her recent videos titled "Psychotic Aunt Robs Baby of Her Vegan Virginity," which is already an awful title, and we've dealt with this term in reference to children with that vegan teacher before. But I watched through it and I was like, okay, it doesn't really seem like she's actually trying to make a difference. And I was about to click off of it when I heard that vegan teacher say one of the worst things that I've ever heard a person say. And I'm not joking, okay? I'm really not exaggerating here. One of the worst things I have ever heard come out of a person's mouth. It's something that genuinely warrants the deplatforming of this woman, and it's making me seriously consider not talking about this woman after this video in order to not give her any more exposure. It really is that bad, and you're about to hear it for yourself. Let's begin. Please subscribe.
Imagine that this is your baby, and you ask your sister to babysit for a little while because you have to run some errands. Imagine that you tell your sister that you are vegan and you don't want your baby to eat any animal products. You trust your sister because you think your sister loves you and respects you. But when you're not looking, your sister takes the dead body part of an innocent animal who didn't want to die and feeds it to your child.
Okay.
Let me ask vegan teacher this. How the fuck do you know what animals think, you dumb, psycho, nasty, fucking inhuman bitch? So there's a video going viral of someone feeding a barbecue rib to an innocent baby. It's wholesome, it's adorable to a point, you know, fuck sickos. And because she's a vegan activist, she's like, imagine feeding the body part of a dead animal to someone's child. Like, how dare you? And it's like, okay, tone it down, vegan teacher, tone it down.
This is the situation we're dealing with, and I feel like anybody with a few brain cells knows that this video is obviously a joke. Like, this is just a video of a baby eating a rib and somebody put a stupid caption over it. Like, you've got to know that, and I feel like that vegan teacher knows that, which I think maybe even makes this video worse. I don't know. I don't really know the rules with something like this, but
So basically, someone made a TikTok video of a baby eating a barbecue rib and then put a joke saying, feeding my vegan sister's baby barbecue. Again, it was a harmless joke. It wasn't meant to be like, but vegan teacher got so offended. The shit that comes out of her fucking mouth is so irreprehensible, so vile and disgusting. I need to light up this real quick. Thank you to the fans who sent these. I appreciate it.
you shouldn't feed people's babies ribs if they don't want their babies eating ribs. I think we can all agree on that, but that's not really going to be all that important in about a minute or so.
Then she makes a video and she posts it for everyone to see. But the feedback she gets isn't of people scolding her for being cruel and betraying her sister's trust. The feedback she gets is praise. This is the kind of vegan-phobic world we live in.
Vegan-phobic world we live in. Gee, and then when she says the crap she's about to say, you wonder why people are hating on vegans. Oh, why members of a certain group get so much crap because they say gender is total bullshit, but if you don't respect their gender pronouns, you're a bigot. Don't you dare use words like breastfeeding, that's offensive, and gender inclusive. So it's not gender inclusive when you ask us to respect your gender choice, but it's inclusive when it offends you. That seems kind of convenient. Watching the Blair White video where she goes to the Texas Pride event was really painful to watch. Like, what do you expect was going to happen, Blair? You knew exactly what you were doing going into a Pride event, asking those questions that are deliberately designed to trigger people. So deal with that, what you will. But that's in comparison to what the vegan teacher is about to say was, and it literally is nothing in comparison, because this bitch, what she's about to say, what the vegan teacher's about to say is so fucked up and heinous that it makes the crap that Blair White went through at that Pride event look different. You know, like, this is so visibly disturbing. It's just, ugh.
Where a vegan mother cannot even trust her own family to follow her instructions and not betray her.
Newsflash, we need protein to grow up big and strong. That's why our bodies naturally crave meat, because humans have adapted as a species to eat meat. Humans do not survive this long by just eating plants and vegetables alone. They had to scavenge for food other than that. It was a thing. They would take the animal, they would hunt it, eat it for its meat. They'd take the bones and make tools with it, and the fur of the animal and make clothing to stay warm. And they had to because it's called survival. And if vegan teacher's ancestors hadn't done that, she wouldn't be here today fucking minging on about how meat is so terrible, right? You don't even fucking know. I'm like so visibly mortified by what she said. It's just like, nope. I gotta post this somewhere and get it off my mind, because this is so disgusting.
Millions of people have seen this video and have commented that they think it is funny, and they somehow think that this is proof that the baby wants the meat.
Which I think we can safely say is sort of the normal reaction, right? Ha ha, it's a baby eating a rib, that's funny. He likes the rib, that's cute, that's funny. That's what a normal person thinks, right? But what would a deranged...
No, it's not cute. Cut out the sicko inclusive language, thank you.
person think? What would a person that used to be a children's teacher think about this situation? That's what I want to know. Well, it looks like we're about to find out.
But look closely. This meat is covered in barbecue sauce, which is made of salt, sugar, and spices. The baby is enjoying the barbecue sauce, which is vegan. If this had been a lollipop, the child would have had the same reaction. If this had been somebody's penis covered in sauce, the child would have had the same reaction.
Fuck off. Fuck off. Fuck off. Inverted cross, middle fingers. Fuck off.
Let that sink in for a minute.
No, I will not.
Ponder that.
No, I don't want to.
Picture that.
What the fuck is wrong with the vegan teacher, dude? The fact that she can make that comparison is so bloody disgusting. No. The question I would ask the vegan teacher is, you got a picture of Jeffrey Epstein hanging up on your poster walls, you fucking slag?
Feel that in your gut.
No, it makes me sick.
Let
to my
that
stomach.
imagery wash all over your body.
No, what the fuck is wrong with her, dude? This is not going to convince anyone to be vegan, you nasty slut.
Or you can scream and yell and say that there is a big difference between the...
There's a hell of a big difference, you crazy carrot-eating cunt.
I invite you right now to try to articulate that.
You can't. What the fuck? Is the meat deficiency from your brain cause you to have a fucking aneurysm?
Because, in fact,
after watching this video, I deliberately thought about getting a bacon cheeseburger just to fucking piss off the vegan teacher. Not even lying to you, dude.
There is no difference.
Yeah, no, you actually did just hear a woman say that. A person who used to be around children professionally just said that...
Oh yeah, that vegan teacher used to be an actual teacher around kids, by the way. And she was fired from her teaching job for bullying a kid for bringing a bologna sandwich to school and having an OnlyFans page. No. Seriously, the absolute worst people get these platforms, and it's like, what? So if you are subscribed to this nasty slag, you need to unsubscribe from her now, dude. No. No excuses for that crap.
String of thoughts. And it's one of those things that I don't really know how to approach here. A grown woman just confidently said that a word I'm not going to say, of a baby has no discernible difference from feeding that baby a rib. A 60-year-old woman looks at a baby, and that's what...
Oh, if it would have been a 60-year-old man saying this crap, he would have been canceled so quickly. So that's why people are twice as shocked when it comes out of a woman's mouth, because women are supposed to be nurturing children. Not to mention that vegan teacher also feeds her dog vegan food. And to quote Mr. Burcham, the cartoon, dogs are descendants of wolves. They need meat.
thinks of. That's what pops into her mind. Arguably, the worst possible thing that can happen to a human is what she starts to imagine happening to a baby. And then, to say that it's no different than feeding a baby a piece of meat. This woman has genuinely fucking gone insane. To think that I was gonna be like, you know what, maybe we should be a little bit nicer to this lady. No, you belong in a fucking prison cell, woman. These are the words of somebody who should not be around children. I mean, there's only so many explanations for having a thought process like this, and they're all indicative of a person who should not be alone with children. For a person to say that it's impossible to articulate the difference between these two things, that's a lunatic. One is feeding a baby something the mother does not want it to have. Similar to like having a Coke or something at your friend's house when your parents don't let you drink soda. Or you let your niece or nephew eat a piece of candy and you say don't tell your mom. One is a tiny human deciding that they don't necessarily want to have the same diet as their parents. You shouldn't force your child to be vegetarian if they don't want to be, just like you shouldn't force them not to be a vegetarian if they want to be. Now look, should you be giving a child food that their parents don't want them to eat? No. I do think that once a kid is old enough to say, I want to try this, if you are a parent saying, no, you can't have that, that's shitty, but it's your kid. But all of that is completely irrelevant because what it's being compared to is one of the most heinous crimes a human being can commit to the most vulnerable, helpless, and defenseless kind of human that there is. To not only have that image...
Yeah, the fact that the vegan teacher is trying to compare to what he said, vulnerable and helpless. Like, fuck the vegan teacher. She's nasty, dude.
Pop up in your head, for that to be your first reaction to seeing a completely innocent video that is clearly a joke is insane enough. To then think I need to make a video telling everybody to think about this and imagine it is even crazier, and then to round that thought off by saying there's no difference between these two things I'm talking about, that's a line you can't cross. In my opinion, this warrants that vegan teacher being deplatformed. YouTube should not be allowing this.
And she was deplatformed. The vegan teacher is comparing the Holocaust of 6 million Jews to eating bacon And now she's saying this fucked up sicko shit on her platform. And the first time she got canceled, you think she could take a hard look at herself and go, oh, what am I doing with my life? But no, she won't. And it's just deplorable.
Of shit to be said on their websites. It's inexcusable. I genuinely do not think that I have heard anything comparable to this on YouTube.
I get bullied for hating sickos, but here's the vegan teacher spouting off this crazy crap.
Ever. To downplay what is universally agreed to basically be the worst thing a human being can do as being no more reprehensible than feeding a baby a barbecue rib, that's criminal shit. That's a scary little peek into the mind. Even if a person decided to say something like this as a joke, to be comfortable joking about subject matter such as that's already a huge clue as to the kind of person that person is. To say it in a way where you sound very serious about it, that's pretty concerning. I don't know what this is. I don't know if this is just some sort of crazy kind of rage bait campaign this lady's on, or if this is genuinely how she feels. But either way, I think it is time for YouTube and really any other platform housing this woman to say goodbye. Allowing something like this to continue on your website might just be the worst look you could possibly have. Well, guys, what do you think? I know this woman has said and done some pretty
Fuck the vegan teacher. She's a cucumber cunt. That's what I think. Like, absolutely deplorable, dude. Hashtag cancel the vegan teacher. Jesus fucking Christ, dude. I'm so over this nasty sick shit.